What's up, everybody? Sir Spookfest here. So I figured I told a story about my grandmother and me and my sister hearing her after she passed away, maybe 2 weeks after she passed away. We heard her upstairs, and my mom wasn't even home yet. Very weird one. Me and my sister both pretty much immediately knew what had happened, but I figured I'd tell a story about my mom's dad, my bumper, that's what we used to call him. This one's nothing paranormal, but very interesting story. He told me this when I was maybe like 9. I was a little kid. My mom told me the story again later on. So, my grandfather was actually in World War II and stationed on the island of Tinian. I'll show you this. So, he took that picture. He was the radar guy for a B 29. And B 29s are the type of plane that dropped the atomic bombs over in Japan in the Pacific. He was stationed on the island of Tinian. And if you don't know, the island of Tinian's where one of the ships left the island and got sank by a Japanese submarine, the USS Indianapolis. Now, that was a tragic situation. I think it was 900 or 1,000 guys went in to the water and only 340 came out. They were stuck out in the ocean for 5 days. It was such a secret mission that nobody knew about it. So distress calls didn't get called. But my grandfather was on the island of Tinian, supposed to go on that ship. But they had a movie night the night before, and he went to the movie, and it was kind of rainy out, so he put on his poncho. He stuck his hands in his pockets and something bit him. So he took his hand out, put it back in, got bit again, pulled it out, squished it. It was a giant tarantula had bit his arm. His arm swelled up to the size of like an elephant, like an elephant leg. It was all bloated, and he had to stay on the island and couldn't go on the ship. Now, if he had gone on the ship, that was the USS Indianapolis. I don't know what would have happened. I might not be here. My mom might not have been here. So that's just one of the crazy stories. I'll show you the picture again. I don't think anybody else, I've probably told this story once before, but that is B 29's doing drills. I think he did 26 different missions overseas, something like that. But yeah, crazy story. He didn't really tell me much other than that. He didn't like to talk about it, but very cool one, and I'm glad that tarantula bit his arm. So, later on, nope, tomorrow. Uh, Mysteries Untold, nope, not that one. Unearthly Domain. Michael Birkin and me and James Friday House and Matt, our friend, are all going to be just talking about some crazy stuff. I wrote down a bunch of alien stuff like the UFOs stuff and crashes and a few other things that I've looked up, archaeological discoveries. But yeah, check that out tomorrow. Yeah, have a good one. Peace out.